Good morning, folks. We've got some of the coolest cosmic visuals of the year. More deadly storms struck Israel yesterday, and we've got a watch for solar wind. So let's get started over at spaceweathernews.com. We're finding the last 24 hours on our star were quiet. Dark coronal holes north and south, bright active region in the center turning through without major flashes or ejections. The solar flaring remains flatlined as we come now to an intensitygram look at the sunspots as they cross. Hopefully you will notice the decay of the trailing portion as it reached Earth-facing position. The solar wind is on its way now from the now turned coronal hole no longer visible off to the right. Expect its impact today. And while we do see dark patches behind the sunspot, they are sparse, leaving us to focus on the incoming limb where a carved out portion of the corona near the equator does indicate the equatorial coronal hole is about to return. Up next, we're going to Israel. Rapid hailstorm, flash flood, and runoff. It has killed 2, swept away cars, and flooded out homes and businesses. Apparently the storm was short, but hellacious. Let's jump now to about as far away as light allows us to see. What appears as just a faint dot in the heavens is actually a cluster of galaxies set to collide. It technically already happened long ago, but its distance is allowing the light to just reach Earth now. Quick note of the Rossi X-ray satellite, decommissioned for the last 6 years and just floating up there, now set to re-enter around May 1st. Interestingly, they say that its large size and component structure puts human impact risk at 1 in 992, which means if they drop this thing 1,000 times, they would expect to hit someone. Then there's Gaia, the new release, more than 1 billion stars and much, much more. Close to home, it has tracked thousands of near-Earth objects and has allowed for this 3D look at the population and dynamics. It has also allowed for impeccable tracking of globular clusters in the galaxy and the satellite dwarfs as well. Comparing the new Gaia release to T-Gas, and there isn't much of a competition. As we extinct the center point and zoom back out, we can see the detail offered on the right side by Gaia that is simply lacking at such a high level from T-Gas on the left. From the smaller zoom scale, all the way back out to star formation zone brightness in distant galaxies. It has also allowed for the best parallax study of nearby stars, showing how they seem to wobble based on Earth's 1-year circle around the Sun. I'll admit I did not know the visible constellation forms were that pliable over just months' time. Lastly, folks, scientists believe they have imaged part of the cosmic web of filaments. This filament, they say, is very faint, but radio image stacking from a ground-based scope has indeed revealed a larger structure seemingly connected at the largest scales of the known universe. Very cool. We've got your wind maps and shots of our star to close. We greatly appreciate your support. We'll do this all again tomorrow, right here, but right now it's 5:20 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.